Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Fire on the Mountain, where I'm taking a local and personal look at the recent tragic LA fires. In our final installment, I'll discuss the future. As we look to the future of Los Angeles and the California wildfires, there's almost an unlimited amount we could cover. But any serious and worthy conversation about the future post-fire in California and America has to start with climate change. Hurricane Milton and events like the recent California fires show there is no place that is immune from the tragedy and devastation of the current climate emergency. Obviously, hours and hours could be dedicated to the topic and what could or should be done, and that has been done by others. I'm not going to dive deep into the daunting facts and figures surrounding the effects of climate change or address the seriously flawed political and corporate policies that are moving us in a deadly wrong direction. It's simple. If climate change is not seriously and truly addressed, these catastrophic, otherworldly disasters will continue to be more common, more deadly, more costly, and more devastating. As I record this, another devastating climate fire is smoldering just north of us here in LA at Santa Clarita. Yet another 10,000 acres have burned of beautiful state and county parks due to the Hughes fire. This is just 20 miles north of us, and we're fortunate once again the geography of LA has sheltered us at home from much of the bad air quality as it tended to blow southwest down the Santa Clara River Valley and the Simi Valley toward Ventura and the ocean. Along the smoke's path, the air quality has been highly toxic, another reminder that climate disasters can affect us all. More immediate to the future, Los Angeles and California needs to halt overbuilding in these mountainous canyons and forest lands. The rush to rebuild in areas affected by the fires like Altadena and Pacific Palisades is ill-fraught. The level of toxic chemicals in the air and on the ground in these immediate fire zones is incredibly harmful. The chance for mudslides is imminent. It will take years for the soil to repair itself in these extreme fire-stricken areas. Plus, the chance for another fire in these areas is great. As mentioned in a previous episode, the 2025 Altadena fire is almost identical in the same area as the 1993 fire there. 30 years later, the situation is worse, fueled by climate change, ill-advised rebuilding, and overbuilding. Repeating that again would be foolish and more deadly and damaging. Both Altadena and Pacific Palisades would be ideal places for more parkland and ideal space. The large houses along the beach would be perfect to be reclaimed for more beachfront access to the general public. These houses sit on the Pacific Coast Highway, which is a constant source of locals' complaints for traffic. The road is one of the most scenic and popular tourist drives in America. Why not take this negative and turn it into a win-win? More beachfront, better views, and less unnecessary building. And while the emergency level to stop climate change is at a fervor, LA still stands after these fires. Despite the horrific images and widespread doom and gloom on the news, physically LA is only slightly affected. Mentally and emotionally, maybe more so affected. The future is always uncertain, and that can make it a little scary. When we know that little is being done to really fight climate change and put a stopgap on these emergencies and disasters, that is another level of fear too. Living in fear will accomplish little, but action is needed now. Despite the hard times, LA is and still will be a vibrant, positive, admired city. It hasn't lost any of its luster for tourists, American dreamers, or hardworking immigrants. LA is one of the most visited and revered cities in the world. That's not changing. It's also the entertainment capital of the world. Also not changing. The current investment in the city is mind-boggling, and the cleanup and construction from these fires will keep the economy moving. The Olympics, NBA All-Star Game, World Cup, Super Bowl are all major sporting events in LA in the next 4 years. There's the Lucas Museum of Art opening this year, numerous new studios being built, on top of all the top-notch festivals, concerts, fairs, and yearly events that LA is known for. In short, these fires haven't taken away LA's world-class city status. Los Angeles is ready to move on and continue to thrive. Hopefully that can be accomplished while improving some of the city's shortcomings in the war on climate change. LA is often called the Dream Factory, a city of champions, and a magical town. We'll need all of that to come together nicely to blossom again and imagine a new Los Angeles.